Nigel Farage's party took this once safe Labour seat.
I'm in Birmingham, where Nigel Farage and Reform UK have just held a rally behind me. Still a few Reform MPs kicking around, lots of those Reform MPs, former Tory MPs by the way, kicking around behind me where people are taking pictures with them. So the verdict on this event, this was genuinely one of the most bizarre ones that I have been to. And I have been to a lot of these events now. So it started off with Jeremy Kyle sort of having sit-down interviews with all of the Reform MPs. So some of those Tory defectors recently joined Reform MPs.
I mean, you call Rachel, what do you call Rachel Reeves?
I did it in Prime Minister's Question Times
Did you?
last year, yeah. I called her Rachel from accounts. And
I think she looks like Richard III, if you have a look at a picture.
Well, there's a few other names, a few nicknames, but there's quite a few in there. We've got Mastermind, David Lammy.
Calamity Lammy, ladies and gentlemen.
Honestly, it took me back to when the Jeremy Kyle show used to be on TV, and there was lots of nastiness in those interviews. Comments about Angela Rayner's appearance, about Rachel Reeves' hair. There was also weird sex jokes about Sarah Poachin having the most incredible night of her life when she won the by-election. And oh, what does her husband think about that? And oh, and she was with Nigel all night. It was, the whole thing was truly bizarre.
Our latest person who joined, ladies and gentlemen, Suella Braverman. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
That was a bit dramatic, that defection, wasn't it? How was it for you? I mean, it was, the dust has settled a little bit, feeling a bit more calm?
Calmer, liberated, inspired.
People in the back rooms of Reform, like officials, had told me that this was going to be a warm-up act for Nigel. This went on for about nearly an hour. Nigel then came on to honestly the most dramatic smoke machines and pyrotechnics I've seen before, and as I've said, I've been to a lot of these events. And then he gave a speech which I felt like I'd heard dozens of times before, which again was negative Nigel coming out here saying Britain is broken, everything is broken, you know, law and order has broken down, the borders are broken.
The Conservatives were a disaster. They broke Britain, and all that Starmer and Labour are doing is making the situation worse.
Talking Britain down, which we have seen him do time and time again. Now, all of us in the press seats were waiting for some big announcement. Is there going to be a new defection? Is he going to announce shadow cabinet roles for the newly joined Reform MPs? No, none of that. The only thing that he had to announce was that an hour and 45 minutes before, a link had gone up on the website saying, if you want to become an election candidate for Reform UK for the general election, you can sign up on the website now. We were like, what? Okay. And he said Reform are going to be on a general election war footing from now onwards because he's convinced that the election is going to be held either 2027 or earlier. But yeah, the whole thing was very, very strange. Hi, thanks, Nigel. So last year, one of your new MPs, Robert Jenrick, complained about visiting Handsworth in Birmingham, where he said he didn't see another white face when he was speaking about integration. Do you think the best way to assess whether an area is integrated is by the number of white people in it? Thank you.
No, it's by, do people speak the same language? Do kids play together in the street? Is there a sense of commonality, and is there a sense of community? And I think there is a feeling in too many areas of excessive levels of immigration, regardless of geography, ethnicity. Actually, we finished up with desperately divided societies, and that's a fault of irresponsible immigration policies.
So that's another Reform rally down. No big announcement, no policies, just more Nigel Farage showmanship.